Hey guys, it's Pinkstar. Welcome back to another video. Today I am going to be doing another haul video for you. It's been a while. My last one was March, I think. Yes, March / my birthday haul. And I haven't done one since, and I kind of need to do one. So this is from April through to July. All the books that I have purchased, received, etc. And yeah, we'll go through them all. Some of these you've probably already seen on some of my other videos because I have read some of them. Some of them you may not have seen, but we'll go through them anyway. Yeah, there's a lot more than I expected, which is a little bit scary. Yeah, us book lovers have some issues, I think, when it comes to purchasing books. Mind you, there are quite a lot of these Kindle books that I got really cheap. Obviously not my physical books, but the Kindle books, some of them were even free, so we'll go through that. Anyway, let's get on with the video, and I'm going to start with all the physical books that I purchased. Alright, so first up I have a couple of library books that I purchased from a library sale. We have After Alice, which is by Gregory Maguire. This has got like a plasticky cover on it, so it's very shiny, so it's hard to film, but I got this from a library sale. I have read a couple of Gregory Maguire's books before, like Wicked and Son of a Witch, so yeah, looking forward to reading this one. It's obviously an Alice in Wonderland retelling sort of thing. I think it's set after Alice in Wonderland, so yeah, we'll see how it goes. Alright, and the second library book I got was Our Song by Danny Atkins, and this one, it says 4 people, 2 marriages, 1 night to decide their past, present and future. So I don't know, it just sounds quite interesting. I like Danny Atkins' writing style. I have read a couple of her books and I have enjoyed them, so yeah, I thought I'd pick this up since it was only a couple of dollars at our library book sale, so yeah. Alright, next for the physical books we have The Toll by Neil Shusterman, and this is the 3rd book to the Scythe trilogy, and I don't own the first 2 books, but this was really cheap at the warehouse, so I had to purchase it. So I got this one. I still need to get the first 2. Yeah, that's all there is to say about that. Alright, next we have Fire with Fire by Destiny Soraya, and this one I have read and I reviewed last month, I think, yes. So if you want to see what I thought about this book, check out my July wrap-up. But yeah, it was alright. It wasn't like amazing. It is a YA fantasy, and it's about 2 sisters, and it's got sorcerers and dragons and the dragon hunters, so yeah, it's kind of cool. Yeah, that's all there is to say about that. And next we have Sylvanas. This is a World of Warcraft book, also another one with a really shiny cover, so it's hard to film, but I got this one I think in May. I have read it and I did really enjoy this book. Obviously if you're not a World of Warcraft fan you probably won't really be interested in it, but I did really enjoy it. It was good seeing some backstory from Sylvanas, so yeah. Alright, next up I have a trilogy. We have The Prison Healer. So we've got Prison Healer by Lynette Noni. Also got the second one, The Gilded Cage, and the third one, The Blood Trader, which just recently came out, and this one's actually a signed edition, which is pretty cool. It's got a little quote in there as well, which is awesome. So yeah, I purchased these from Booktopia in Australia, and yeah, I really like them, and I'm excited to get around to reading them because yeah, I've heard some good things. So alright, next we have The Book of Night by Holly Black, and I did read this one in July as well, so make sure to check out that wrap up so you can find out what I thought. This one is a Waterstones exclusive edition and it's really pretty. Also has like an extra like the first chapter like a different way as like exclusive content, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I really like this book. It's just really pretty. It wasn't my favorite book ever. It's very average, really. But I did enjoy it, and I'm hoping there's a sequel because it ended like there could be a sequel, so if there is, I'll definitely read it. Alright, next up we have Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Sulin Tan, and this is such a pretty book. Like, it's so stunning. I love it. I'm really looking forward to reading it since the second book is coming out soon as well, and you know, this was on my anticipated reads list, so I really want to read it this year, so we'll get around to it hopefully. But yeah, it's just pretty, and it's like one of those really floppy books that we all love, so yeah. Alright, next we have These Twisted Bonds by Lexi Ryan. This one's actually in my August TBR, so I will be reading it in August, and I can't wait because I loved the first book, so yeah, looking forward to giving this one a read. It is the sequel to These Hollow Vows, which I read in January, so yeah, looking forward to it. And this one actually has like glittery, like shiny letterings. It's really hard to like pick up on camera, but it's really nice. I like it, and I'm looking forward to reading this. Alright, lastly we have The Shadow of the Gods by John Gwynne. I have already read this. I got an ARC copy of it and I loved it. It's so far my favourite book of the year. So I had to pick up the physical copy, and this is the first edition, which is actually quite hard to get hold of. I got this from Book Depository, and it's got a really nice like matte cover, and I love that the cover is like one massive picture. So cool. So yeah, pick this one up, and I really need to get the second one because I want to read that really bad, so I'll probably just pick up the physical copy of that as well, which is Hunger of the Gods. So yeah. Alright, it's Editing Rebecca here, and I completely forgot a book. We have The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. So this is the prequel to the Hunger Games trilogy, which I've already read, and I didn't realise this book was out until I found out that they're making a movie about it. So yeah, I got this one and I'm looking forward to reading it. Alright, so that was all of my physical books. Now on to purchases that I got on Kindle. The first one is Black Sun, and I don't really know a lot about this, but I've heard really good things, so I picked this up while it was really cheap on Kindle, so yeah. Next up we have Electric Idol by Katie Robert, and this one is the sequel to Neon Gods, which I have already read, and I quite enjoyed that one, so hopefully I'll enjoy this one as well. Yeah, fingers crossed. It is a little bit smutty, but well, I wouldn't even say a little bit, it's very smutty. Let's just be honest. So yeah, I haven't got around to reading this yet, but hopefully I will in the near future. And next up we have Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover. I have read one Colleen Hoover book, and that is It Ends With Us, and I kind of had mixed feelings about it. I think I only gave it 3-star rating. I mean, it was good, but I think the other thing that might have made me not like it as much was the fact that I listened to it on audiobook rather than reading it, and I just find stuff just doesn't sink in with audiobooks. I don't know how you people who listen to audiobooks can do it, because I just can't. I don't know why. My brain wanders, and I just if I'm not physically reading it, I just doesn't go in properly. So I feel like that might have been part of the issue. And also I was expecting it to be this really nice romance book, and it really wasn't. So I don't know. We'll see what this one's about. Hopefully it's better. I don't know, I've heard really good things about it, so yeah. Next we have The Bridge Kingdom. This one I've also heard amazing things about. It is the first book in a trilogy, I think. And yeah, I got this also while it was on special, and I'm really looking forward to giving this one a read, hopefully sooner rather than later, because it has been one that I've like had my eye on for quite a long time, so yeah. Alright, next up is one that's on my anticipated releases for the year, and that was A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. I've been looking forward to this one for a long time. I really need to get around to reading it because it just seems really good. I haven't really read anything with like a musical magic aspect, and the fact that there's like this bard that has to save these girls that are going missing. It just sounds really interesting. So, alright, next up is one that was highly recommended by Becca in the books, which is The Savage Lands. She's read the first 2 or 3, I think, and is really enjoying the series. It's a fantasy romance, which I am all about, so I picked this up while it was on special. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading it. I think I only paid like $1 something for this book, which is crazy. If I really like it, I will go ahead and purchase the rest. Next is another one that is on my anticipated releases list, and that's This Woven Kingdom. I got this one while it was cheap as well, and I'm really looking forward to reading this one. Yeah, I'm trying to get through all my anticipated releases if I can by the end of the year. No guarantees on this because I swear I have more books than I can possibly like read at this point in time, and there's so many books coming out. It's frustrating. I need to be able to read faster. I don't know how. Next up is Ember of Night by Molly E. Lee, and this one was recommended as to read if you like A Court of Thorns and Roses, so I thought, why not? I will give this one a read. I picked this one up when it was on, actually I think it was free. It was either free or like super cheap on Kindle. So yeah, if I like it, I will purchase the second one. So next up is Temporary. I think that's how you say it. I'm not 100% sure. But this one has been recommended a lot by Elliot Brooks, so I thought I would give this one a read. Once again, another one that I got really cheap on Kindle. I love Kindle just for the fact that I can just put everything on a wish list and then I just check it every now and again, and authors will discount their like first book in a series quite regularly to get you into it, and then obviously if I like it then I'll purchase the rest. So it's a smart idea actually. Yeah, but anyway, I think this has something to do with dragons and politics and stuff, which I really like, so hopefully this is a good one. Alright, next up is Legendborn. This is one that I've been looking at for a while. I have heard like mixed reviews about it. I think it has something to do with like a King Arthur sort of retelling. I'm not 100% sure, but it looked interesting. I really like the cover. I'm a sucker for a good cover, and also the second book's coming out at the end of this year, so I thought I would pick this one up while it was cheap and give it a read, and then if I like it I can purchase the second book when it gets released. Alright, next up is Garden of Serpents. This is one that I've recently read as well. It's in my July reading wrap-up if you want to see what I thought. I got this one from the author, so thank you, Sam Crawford. I really appreciate it. Yeah, this was a really good book. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and yeah, I'm not sure if there's going to be another one after this. This is the third book in the Demon Trials series, and I think it's going to be another. I think there's going to be another one. I'm not 100% sure. It's left open that there could be another one. So yeah. Oh my god, this list is going on forever. I told you this is a biggie. Next we have One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I loved The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, so yeah, I thought I would pick this book up and see what this one is like. Hopefully I enjoy this. It's not as popular as Malibu Rising or like Daisy Jones and the Six or anything like that, so yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but it looks really good, and it's like a love story where I think the lady is in love with someone and they like go to war or something. She thinks he's dead or something, and she ends up with someone else, but then he's actually alive and he comes back, and then it's like, who do you choose? I think that's what it's like. I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that, but yeah. Alright, next we have Empire of the Vampire. I've heard mixed things about this one as well. Some people have given it like a 1 star, some people have given it 5 stars. I don't know who to believe, so I figured I might as well just give it a read myself, because I don't know, everyone has different tastes, so I could really love it. Who knows, I could really hate it. I don't know. It's a chunky book, so it'll probably take a while to get around to reading, but I do want to read this one eventually. I love vampire stories, so yeah. And lastly, for my Kindle purchases, I got the first 9 books in the Cradle series. I know, it's crazy. And I got all of these for free, which is even crazier. So, Will White, what are you thinking? I don't know, but yeah, there's 3 box sets with 3 books in them, and each box set was free. So I picked them all up because I really want to read the Cradle series. I've heard really amazing things about it. It's another like adult epic fantasy, and I feel like I'm moving slowly away from the young adult books and more towards the adult fantasy. So yeah, really looking forward to giving these a read, and hopefully I like them. And if I do, I think he's got another 2 books after this. Yeah, there's 11 books all up, but I think they're quite short. So what I heard was that you kind of need to read 3 at a go. I think that's why they box set them, because apparently 3 is like the same size as like a normal fantasy novel or something. So yeah, hopefully that's the case and it's quick to get through them, but I am really looking forward to them. Otherwise, it's like 11 books is a lot. Right, so that's it for all my purchases, but I did get a few ARC books. The first one being Woman in the Library. This one I read in May, so if you want to see what I thought, check out my May reading wrap up. I did really enjoy this. It is a murder mystery, which is something that I haven't really read a lot of. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It wasn't anything super amazing. I kind of wanted a bit more library action. No, woman in library, but you know, it all starts off anyway with someone screaming in the library and they get murdered, and it's who's the killer is pretty much the whole premise of the book. But it's also written really interesting where the author is actually writing a story about an author in the book, and then there's chapters that is like real life of her sending a manuscript away to a friend who's giving her critiques throughout, which is just another element that makes it kind of interesting. Yeah, you kind of have to read it. It's just one of those books, but yeah. Alright, next we have Dirty Lying Fairies. This is on my August TBR, so hopefully I get around to finishing this one and I'll put that in my August wrap up and you can see what I thought. I'm not really sure what it's about. All I know is it's a fantasy story. I think there's some romance in it. We shall see. Next is Where the Heart Festers. I just finished Where the Night Consumes, which was book 2 of the Blood of Bees trilogy. This is book 3, and I'm really looking forward to reading this. Yeah, sooner rather than later. I need to know what happens. I think this is the final book in the series. Pretty sure it is, so hopefully everything wraps up and yeah, you know, I'm hoping for a happy ending, but I can't be certain because it's not always the happiest in these books. This stuff happens, so especially in the last one, I was a little bit upset at times. But if you want to see what I thought about that one, check out my July reading wrap up as well, because it's in that one. Yeah, most of these I read quite recently, so yeah. Okay, last but not least, we have The Curse and the Broken, and this one I actually got from Book Sirens. The rest, I'm pretty sure, were all from NetGalley. I generally get my ARC books from NetGalley, but sometimes I get them from Book Sirens. So this is a Book Sirens book, and I'm currently reading it. It's on my August TBR, and I'm really enjoying it so far. Yeah, it's about witches, and it's like it's set in like a Hungarian sort of area. I'm not sure if it's based on like a Hungarian like folk tale or anything like that, but so far, yeah, it's about these like witches, and witches are separated from like human society and things. They're in this little coven area by themselves, and then there's like these cultists that are living in like the forest that are coming after like the main character pretty much. That's all I've got so far. Yeah, I'm not going to say too much, but there is a romance in it, and I'm loving the romance. Main romance guy, I like him. He's nice. That's all I'm going to say about that. But yeah, really enjoying it, so yes. Alright guys, that is it for this haul. It was massive. I know, I have an issue. So yeah, I'm probably going to be not buying as many if I can help it. To be fair, most of these books were very cheap, like extremely cheap. So that's kind of why I got them. And obviously there's a couple like Shadow of the Gods, which is one of my favourite books at the moment, which I had to just have on my shelf. And then there's like Sylvanas, which is part of my WoW collection. So, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, let me know what you thought of this video down below, if you've read any of these books, if you liked them, or if there's any that are on your wish list that you want to purchase. And if there's anything maybe that you think that I should purchase, let me know, even though I really shouldn't purchase anymore. We can't help ourselves. But yeah, that is it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you're watching my videos and you're not subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos from me. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.